Somali people, it's not so serious.
All right, welcome back. It's Monday, and of course on this Monday we're talking about sports and all matters sports, and we learn new things every Monday. Remember, the other week we learned about golf. Today we're learning about chess, and as you can see, we have a huge, giant chessboard here, and with the elite, the creme de la creme of chess. He's sitting there. I'm surrounded by champions. This is how it feels to be surrounded by champions. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. I'll start from you, sir.
My name is Joseph Mezu. I'm the current national blitz champion of Kenya.
All right.
My name is Paras Gutka. I'm the captain of Anchor Chess Club, and I write for the Star. I write a weekly column, and I do quite a bit to do with chess in terms of administration, organizing, etc. And apart from playing.
All right.
My name is Krishi Shah, and I am the current under-14 girls chess champion. And I love chess.
All right.
My name is Maureen Njeri. Currently, I'm doing work to do with chess, charity work to do with chess, visiting schools, teaching them how to play chess, and also helping the street kids learn chess.
My name is Milton Kihara. I'm the current under-18 chess champion.
Right, so you've had amazing things around here, champions, people helping people out in charity. But before we probably move forward, the people who are watching are wondering, okay, yes, we've heard about chess. We just want to briefly do like we've introduced the people here. Let's introduce you to the chessboard and all the subjects, as it were, that are on the chessboard, and I'll allow you to tell us what each piece is and what it means, I guess.
Okay. Let's start with these small ones. These are called pawns. They are not they are the weakest pieces on the board. They just march forward.
Okay.
Then we have this one. This is the main objective of the game, is the king. The idea is to attack your opponent's king, and if the king can't escape, then you win. Each side, the side which attacks wins. The most powerful piece is the queen. Yeah, the woman, the queen.
Who runs the world?
Who runs, yeah, like the wife.
Right.
Yeah, this is the most powerful piece on the board. It attacks and it even protects the king. This is the second most powerful piece. And then this is it's called a rook, this one.
Okay.
And then you are given a pair. This one is called a knight. It's the least powerful on this when you compare it to these major pieces, these big ones. And it almost has the same value as this one, which is the bishop.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, and then we'll get to know, like you said, the pawns only march forward. We'll get to know the movements that each of these can make a little bit later on. But maybe before we talk about the management of chess, like you said, you write a lot about chess and everything. Nimesikia hapo kitu inaitwa blitz. Then tell us some of the categories that are there and what it means to be a blitz champ or under 18 champ, or what exactly happens.
Okay, well, in chess, like in many other sports, for example, in cricket, you have 3 different formats.
Right.
You have the Test, One Day International, and T20. So in chess, it's similar. So the longest games that we have are known as classical or standard,
Okay.
which can last up to like 6 hours in international tournaments. Then we have something called rapid, which is anything that's less than 60 minutes per player. And then we have blitz, which is like 5 minutes per player per game. So that's like the fastest format. So Metu over here, he's like really good, and we had a tournament in July, right? In July at the Nairobi Gymkhana. It was called the Kenya Speed Chess Championship. So we had rapid format and the blitz format, and he managed to win the blitz format.
So when you say 5 minutes, do you have to end the game in 5 minutes, or in 5 minutes whoever is
10 minutes.
5-5.
Yeah, so it's 5-5. We usually use a clock. There's no clock for this because it's a giant.
So that's the clock that's like
so
right.
When white plays, they press their side. When black plays, black presses, and the other clock starts.
So in 10 minutes, by the end of 10 minutes, we should have a winner. Like there should be a checkmate.
Yeah. Or you can win on time. If one person's time runs out, they lose the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not always checkmate.
Oh, it's not always checkmate. Yeah, that's what I wanted to find out. Okay, so like I said, we'll be talking about the Manemi chess and some of the activities are there, but we want to find out all the way from you, who I think is the youngest here. So far. Yes. All right. So why did you decide to, play chess?
Well, I saw my sister playing chess, and I never knew what it was and stuff. So I got interested in the game, and I think that sparked my career of chess, and I hope to proceed that in the future.
So you how like being as young as you are, do you play chess constantly to get better?
Yes, because I believe practice makes perfect. If you don't practice, as it is in any sport, then you don't get anywhere.
Right. And what is like your goal? What do you want to, like you said you saw your sister playing chess, so what do you want to, like, do you want to one day win a blitz, or do you want to keep on going until you're like the undisputed Kenya champion?
Not only Kenya, I want to be the world champion.
The world champion, all right, great ambitions. Okay, and then yourself, you talked about using chess also to help the street children and everything. How does that work when you go around schools? What are you telling them when you go to the schools?
Chess is like life. We have two kingdoms where you have to tackle down the challenges that come in life.
Right.
So when you have chess, you have, say you have one problem here, you have to know how many times you'll go through that. You have many options. For example, you have an option to move the knight, to move the castle, to move the pawn. So how do you go about that in life? So chess is removing people from bad things like crime, drugs. For example, in Mukuru Kwanjenga, there are very small kids who participate in gangs, like 9 to 11 year-old kids are joining gangs, attacking people. But when you introduce chess to them, they'll have time. They don't have time to play, to go down the gang side. They'll come to chess, and that will take their time.
So that's how they do it. All right. And so, Mr. Milton, you are now going to be tasked, like you said, life is, like a chessboard, so basically, so you move things around. So explain to us the different movements that what do you call this? That's objects. Pieces. There you go. I knew that. I was just testing them. The pieces can make. Go ahead.
So, these front pieces, these are the pawns. When the pawn is at its starting rank, it moves 2 steps or 1. So the 2 steps or 1 is optional. But when it is not at its starting rank, it moves 1 step. So it moves 2 steps or 1. So but it captures its pieces in a diagonal movement.
Okay. So
if this one is here, and let's say this one is here, now this one can capture this one here, like this. But if this one is if this one is here, it can't capture this one.
Okay.
So when it is at this, like let's say at this rank, it only moves 1 step. It can't move 2 again. So this is a pawn. This is the bishop. The bishops move in a diagonal way. It's like a multiplication sign.
All right.
So if you make that multiplication sign, you'll get to see the movement of the bishop, like from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, any number of steps.
Right.
This one is the rook. The rook moves in an additional sign. So if this one is here, it moves straight like this. If you make an additional sign, you'll see it moves straight, but it doesn't make the move of a bishop, since a bishop is a diagonal.
Okay.
So, and this is the queen. The queen combines the move of the bishop and the rook. The queen can move in a diagonal way, and it can also move straight, like this. So it combines a multiplication sign and an additional sign.
Right.
This is the king. The king only move 1 step to any direction. So if it is here, it can move here, it can move here, 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 1 step to any direction.
Any direction. Okay.
This is the knight. A knight makes an L move, and that L move must be 3 steps. So if it is here, it moves 1, 2, 3, and you don't count this one as 1 step when it is here. So you begin counting after it has moved like this. So if you make a 3-step L, that is how the knight moves.
All right.
So
it moves L. So the objective of the game is to checkmate the king. So
what is so first of all, there is normally that word we hear, check, and then what is checkmate? I guess William, you can explain that.
Okay, checkmate is found when maybe one side is forming an attack and that's the result of it.
Okay.
Or apart from winning a piece or anything, and it's when the king has no square to move.
Okay.
And no piece can capture the piece that is checking the king. So scenario is, let's say if we put the queen here and so here and the bishop is over here.
Okay.
So if I pick that piece, that's a checkmate. Because these two pieces are combined to check the king.
Ah, okay.
And you can't pick
so
it, and the king has no
can't
square.
move anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's a checkmate. All right. And what is the check when you say check?
A check is let's say this is this pawn is here. So if there's a check, the king can run here. So you don't say checkmate because now the king can run. So this is just a check, and then he moves here.
So check is like warning the guy, like, I'm about to get you.
Yeah, I'm about to get
I'm about to get you. Okay.
Check yourself.
Yeah, check yourself. Exactly. There you go. All right. So maybe we can talk about what kind of tournaments are there, or what happens in the management of chess. And meanwhile, you guys can now start playing as we. So what talk about the management of chess in Kenya? How is that?
So we are actually very fortunate in Kenya that we've been playing chess competitively since the 70s. Well, actually even way before that.
Wow, okay.
But our national federation, the Chess Federation, was formed in 1971, if I'm not mistaken. And since then, what's been happening? So we have three different levels. We have the club level, where clubs organize tournaments for their own players or for like open events where other players can come and play with each other. Then you have the regional level. So like we just this month we've been having the Kenya National Youth Chess Championship qualifiers from every region. So there's Rift Valley, there's Coast, there's Mount Kenya, and there's Nairobi. So Nairobi just finished over the weekend. So that's the regional level. Then once the winners have been chosen from the various regions, then they move to the national tournament.
Right.
So the national tournament is scheduled for like for May. That's the youth. So again, now within chess we have tournaments specifically for the youths, which is anybody under the age of 18, and then anybody who's over 18. Normally they have their own tournaments, like open tournaments. And we also find that we have because Uganda, like Kampala, is not so far from here. We find that many Ugandan players also come to play in tournaments in Kenya. Yeah.
Would you say that you say it's been there since 1971?
Yeah.
Would you say that I don't know, is it as visible as you would like it to be?
It has become more visible over the past 2 years. We've been very lucky to get support from Gary Kasparov himself. He has his own chess foundation called Kasparov Chess Foundation. There's a branch in Africa. Their headquarters in South Africa, but they promote chess all over Africa. So thanks to him, there's a lot more chess happening in the schools. Also a lot more visibility in the media, so it's getting there. We're not there where we would like to be, but we are on our way there.
What do you think will get you there, like, or where would you like to be?
We need players to focus on chess rather than politics. Somehow Kenyans love politics more than the actual sport, and it's actually showing, because Uganda they're very strong. Like the strongest Ugandan player and the strongest Kenyan player, the difference between them with the ratings is like almost 200 points, which is a very big difference. So I think if we could focus on our chess and less on politics, we would get there. Like more training, maybe more clubs coming up across the country. Right now, chess is mainly focused in Nairobi, which needs to change. Otherwise, we will not be able to get anywhere.
So when you talk about politics, is it politics within the sport itself, or politics at the national level, or politics at the sports and culture level, or?
It's within the sports. I think we have this problem with not just chess, but with most federations, most other sports. There's a lot of talk about corruption, about misuse of funds, things like that the normal chess player doesn't get to know about. I don't know why, but sometimes the the federation officials they do things in secret, which I don't understand, because the federation is not a private company. So that really hurts the game.
Right.
The image of the game. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let me ask you, what do you think are like you've been a champion. So what do you think as the qualities of if you were to ask you, if somebody came and said, I want to start playing chess, what is the qualities of a good chess player? Is it a very complicated game? What do you need to have to be a good chess player?
A lot of people think that the people who play chess have a high IQ, but the reality is chess sharpens your mind and makes you have a good IQ. It's like when asking me who should go to the gym. Is it the strong people with the muscles or the people who want to have the muscles? Chess is the gym for the mind. So the more you play chess, the more your mind has muscles, the more it can think clearly. So if anybody can play chess.
Anybody can play chess.
Yes.
So there is no particular quality that you should have to play chess. You just come, learn the game, and
it sharpens you.
It sharpens you.
I think having patience helps. It helps a lot.
Yes. So then the best chess players should be the Arsenal players because they have never won anything. They are very patient. Okay, that aside, when you talk about like you said, Gazpro has come in. Do you think there's also need for more sponsorship to come? Will that also help the game?
Yeah, definitely. Right now, chess, you won't believe it, but the average first prize for most tournaments that happen in Nairobi, even like forget about outside Nairobi, in Nairobi, the top prize is like 5,000 shillings.
Wow.
Which is nothing. So we definitely need more corporate sponsorship to come in. That would help boost. You see, when the prize funds get bigger, it attracts stronger players, especially from outside Kenya, and that in turn helps our own players become much better.
Would you know how that compares with other places? I mean, because they end, like she said, she wants to be champion of the world. So what is the comparison between, let's say, where Kenya is as it's 5,000 and maybe the chess players in the world? What kind of?
That's a difficult question to answer, but. Most chess players who are serious about their careers end up having to move to Europe, at least maybe for a short period, so that they can, because Europe has the most activity of all throughout the world. The most tournaments happen in Europe, and it's also cheaper to travel within Europe. So in Africa, if we had the same infrastructure in terms of travel, sponsorship, like the prize funds are really good in most tournaments in Europe, and that's why it attracts so many players.
All right, and what about, is chess an expensive venture? I mean, in terms of like getting all this stuff, like probably it's not like, because other indoor games like table tennis and all that, they use a big table and all that. So would you say that for somebody who's asking how much would I need to invest in to get a chessboard and all these pieces?
Compared to other sports, I think chess is very, very affordable.
Right.
You only need a chessboard, and if you can maybe buy a chess clock, it would help. But I think you can get chessboards for like the tournament size ones. We can get them for as little as 1,500 shillings. And I think a chess clock might cost you like around 3,500, but usually you don't need a chess clock until you at a much more advanced level.
What is the use of a chess clock? What's that for?
So the clock is to keep time, because normally if you are really good, like two good players playing against each other, they can take a whole day to complete a game if you want. Back in the day, before the internet, people used to play via the post. Like you write a move, you send it, and then you wait for the opponent. So that could, like, a game could last months, not even like a day. So the timer helps, especially in tournaments where you have limited time. Having a clock or a timer, it helps keep the game short and finish the tournament on time.
All right. Okay. Just to remind you guys, you can ask your questions, views, and comments on the hashtag on Twitter. Is hashtag for breakfast, and the SMS number is 22422. What else? The two players. So can we tell a winner by now, or we still have to wait?
We still have to wait. Right now, it's we call it complicated.
It's complicated. It's like a Facebook status. All right, so it's complicated. So you have 1-1 so far.
Yes.
So, like you said in the Blitz, for example, where at the end when somebody's time runs out, could it also be like, you know, I think it's the other board games where, for example, the one with the most on this side, let's say if he has 6 and he has only 2, does he then automatically become the winner, or what happens?
In chess, it doesn't matter. A player could have lost all his important pieces, but because of the position on the board, he still has a chance to win. So these pieces that are off the board, they don't really count for much. Unless you're a beginner. Most beginners get excited when they like to capture pieces. So, you know, when there are more pieces, they think, oh, I'm winning. But
And are they is it then the pieces that you capture, or the, like for example now he has a knight, he's captured a knight and he's captured a bishop, so is it the major pieces that you capture that then counts?
Usually the more, like if you have more pieces on your side than your opponents, it usually means you're in a better position.
Right.
But it's not always like that. Sometimes you can sacrifice a piece just so that you get a better position and then find a way to win. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So again, we'll go back to you. How has chess, would you say, has changed your outlook? Like she was talking about chess as like a life game. How has it changed or made you a better person in any way?
Before, when I didn't play chess, I used to be very impatient.
Okay.
And I think now it's controlled my patience, because I mean it takes time to form an attack, to think of it, to perceive that attack, and that's helped in my skills as well, in not only academic and not only in the chess game but also in school as well. And also I think that chess has helped my confidence, because when you win a game you feel this satisfaction that I won a game, and you feel that pleasure, so that really helped me as well.
So that has helped you as well. Alright, cool. What about you, Milton? How's chess? I know I'm not giving you an upper hand because I've distracted you before you play. I'm just simply asking a question. How do you feel chess has helped you?
Okay, chess has built my confidence. When I beat like older people, I'm able to be more confident even when I'm talking to them, such stuff. Yeah.
All right. So it's built your confidence.
It has also built
like in your face, I'll beat you.
Yeah.
In fact, at the chess club we call him Mr. Confidence, because like no matter what happens, he's always there smiling, you know, like lifting the rest of like our spirits. He's part of the chess club I run with Metu and Maureen. So yeah.
All right.
Chess has done good.
So you run a chess club. Tell us a little bit about the chess club.
It's called Anchor.
People can become members of it as well.
Yeah. So the chess club is called Anchor Chess Club. We've just started. We actually started on 14th February on Valentine's Day. Okay. That's how we show our love for chess. We met at Sarit Center just for the initial meeting. But now we have a venue. We meet at YWCA on Mamlaka Road, like on most Sundays except on public holidays. We have a website, we have a Facebook page, so they can search for Anchor Chess Club online and find details. Memberships will open from next month, so details about that will be on our website by the end of March.
Actually, somebody is asking here, that is Kibe_senior is asking, is there a place somebody can be trained? Because all he does is play computer chess, but he doesn't get a chance to play competitive chess.
Well, the best thing is to join a club, and in Nairobi we're fortunate that we have quite a few clubs. We have clubs at the school level, at university level, and then you have private clubs like ours. Best thing, join a club. They normally meet once a week on the weekends. Just start playing with them, and because when you play on the computer, like you won't really improve that much very quickly, because analysis is very important. So when you play a game live with somebody over the board, after the game you can analyze the game, and even just watching other people's games, you know, it helps you a lot.
All right, let me see if we can get another question. I'll pick the question because my page has somebody also asked a question, but you answered it, the price of a good chessboard, but you already answered that. What would you say are some of the challenges that are facing the chess game or sport? Well,
I would say the main thing, it starts with the federation. If you have a proper federation in place that are organized, where everything is like in black and white, you know, if we have a federation that has a proper website with all information on there, things would be a lot easier. And I think as a federation we also need to start giving time and like using resources to build capacity, as not just as players, but we need good officials, like how you have referees in football, we have arbiters in chess, so we need some kind of training program where people who are interested in becoming good arbiters can join this program, learn, and you know, like get to practice in tournaments. We also need some kind of program for trainers, like those who teach beginners and other players. If we have a serious structure in place, we can go places.
All right, and so what are some of the like upcoming events that are coming up, like major events or even just events that you can think of that are coming up for chess that people can get plugged in, come and watch, learn, get a feel of it? Maybe if there are clubs that they can sign up.
Well, the good thing about even though we're not as organized as we could be in Kenya, we normally have a few events that happen at the same time every year, like without fail. There's the Kenya Open that's supposed to happen over Easter, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen this year. I just before we started taping, I just got a message saying that the Kenya Open has been postponed to later. Like the dates haven't been given, but I'm sure we'll have a tournament over Easter because we get like 4 days. So it's difficult to miss. Like as an organizer, we're always waiting for long weekends so we can play more games. So I think there will be a tournament over Easter.
Right, and good sir, why do you love chess? Because I mean, for you to be the Blitz champion and everything, why do you love chess yourself?
I mean, chess is it's great. It's a mind game, and it actually helps. It has been proven that it helps people, especially in the mathematical aspect.
Right.
Especially if a child has a problem with mathematics and they play chess, it helps with the calculation, because now you have to think ahead even before you do something. So it helps, and mostly I did actuarial science, so it helps.
So
it
you
helps.
do actuarial science?
I did actuarial science,
okay.
and I used to play then, and you know, it helps calculating. Yeah, and even memory.
Right.
You also need. If you don't have a good memory and you play, you'll get one.
Yeah, you get a good memory. So
yeah, you know, it's not a must you have it. Yeah, so it helps even in schools. But the notable part is it helps people, especially mathematics. Yeah.
So maybe then I should have played chess.
Yeah.
You could have told me this earlier, so that I passed my mathematics.
In fact, I've noticed something, like most schools where chess is when they have an active chess club, it's usually the mathematics teacher who's usually also the chess teacher, the chess coach. Like in the schools that I went to, my mathematics professor was also the chess club, the patron. And I myself, I used to love mathematics, and I love chess. I don't know if it was because I love chess that I was good at maths, or because I was good at maths.
Yes,
you know.
but
there's definitely a connection
with it. Okay, so what would you, because like you said, there's a lot of more needs to be done, and like you say you're the chairman of the club, but also I want to like take a round of before we find out the status of the game and what we can do, and have my imaginary clock so we can say who the winner is. So we'll start with Milton. And what would you like to see done in terms of chess? What is your dream for the game, or even for yourself?
Okay, my biggest dream is to be a grandmaster.
What, sorry?
A grandmaster. That is what we call a chess grandmaster.
Ah, all right.
Currently,
it sounded like sensei. Grandmaster.
So currently in Kenya we have no grandmaster.
Okay.
So I would like to be among the first grandmasters in Kenya. So I believe I will be a grandmaster. So it's just practice, and I would also like to see more students play chess, because chess is not popular in the country. There are some regions even who don't know what is chess. If you tell them chess, they even don't know what that name means. So I would like to see that all the students, all the children, all the children know what chess is, and they get to know the game better.
All right.
For me, I would like to see that chess is added in the curriculum of the schools.
Okay.
Because in South Africa they have it there. Like the way you have English, mathematics, Swahili, you have chess. Chess has helped kids from 5 years and above. It has helped with mathematics. For example, this piece has 1 point and this has 3 points. So when you tell them that if you want to capture, if you want to exchange a piece, do you exchange a piece with a 1 point piece or a 3 point piece? So they'll know, if I take a 3 point piece, I'll be up. If I take a 5 piece, if I take a 9 piece, I'll be upper than the other person. And also, like Milton said, the addition and the multiplication signs. Yes. A child will have the memory to know that that piece should move like this, and that piece should move like this, so they'll be able to tackle things more easily. So if it's added in the curriculum of Kenya, we'll be able to solve more problems like poverty.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
I want to encourage the youth to play chess because many people my age in school don't really play chess, and when I tell them why don't you play chess, they're like, what's that, or something, and they don't have a clue. So I want to encourage that to many people, so that not just for their own benefit in the academic skills, but it also helps, I mean, in life in general as well. And I also want to be, as Milton wants to be, a grandmaster. And I'm already going to my target by becoming a WCM, which is the chess title I've already earned, which is one step towards my grandmaster title.
Right, so you're almost there.
Yes.
Milton competition right there. All right, so you speak last. All right, yeah.
Personally, I'd say
sorry, that's hold on. There's Milton's celeb friend is calling him because they saw him on TV. It's alright. Okay, go ahead.
It's okay. Personal goal, of course, every chess player wants to be a GM. I think that is because that is the highest title, Grand Master. There is Candidate Master, FIDE Master, International Master, then the highest is Grand Master. So every chess player wants that. Of course, so that's one. But in terms of general chess, I think I'd like chess to be more cheaper. I don't know if I say cheaper or available. Because like in the Kiambu Open, there was no entry fee. It was sponsored by the county, and that tournament attracted over 200 people and over 100 from Kiambu itself. And so when you see such, and then there's the other tournaments, you see like 40 people turn up, 80, it shows that people cannot afford to come to these other tournaments. So if it can be cheap in a way, meaning if there is good sponsorship, then I'm sure we can realize a lot of talent in Kenya, because there are many strong people but they simply can't afford to come to a tournament. If county governments can help, they just like Kiambu did it. If Nairobi can do it, there's Nairobi Open sponsored by the county, you'll see many people. There are many juniors who are not showing up at tournaments. Yeah, so personally I just wish it would be more available to people at a less expensive in a way. Yes.
And finally, your thoughts?
Yeah, I actually agree with what Joseph said. I'd also like, so if we can get more corporate sponsorship coming in, the tournament entry fees can go down, which will bring in more players, make it more available to them. And for me personally, I think I would just like chess in Kenya, like the organization, the management, to become more organized, more professional. Right now it's very ad hoc, you know, like we just decide, okay, let's do this. We don't have a long-term plan, you know. I wish we had something like that, and you know, maybe 5 years, 10 years, and then we'll be able to. Right now we can't even catch up to Uganda. There's such a big difference. Yeah.
Alright, so of course they have it. These are the sentiments of some of the key people in chess. So right now, I guess you can't determine who the winner is.
Right now, his king is at the his king is a bit unsafe because now you see my pieces. I've played rook b8 to b4. I'm trying to bring my pieces closer to his king because the objective of the game is to attack the king, but it's still very safe. You see there are three pieces there defending it.
Right. Okay.
Yes, the queen, the bishop and the rook.
Right.
So he has pieces defending his king.
Alright.
So now you see he's trying to get out of
the danger
a bit. At least he'll be a bit far from
the danger.
But the game is still far. You cannot.
Yeah, you can't tell who is.
You can't tell who is winning right now.
Alright.
It's a bit difficult.
Alright, well of course, we will, because of time, we'll have to end the show right there, but of course I hope that you've got some many insights. The idea of today was also just to give you, to make you understand the game of chess, and also to give you an insight of where it is, where it is supposed to be, and what we can do together. And you've heard the sentiments from everybody here, and all the aspirations as well to be Grandmaster of chess. And wish you guys all the best, and we can continue having this conversation. and put like find out what has happened maybe the next few months, and we'll keep talking and make sure that some of these games are elevated like you want. So thank you guys so much, and thank you for everybody who makes this show a success, for the amazing band that we had. Remember, I know you're used to seeing also Bernard Ndong with me here. So Bernard Ndong and Waiga Mora are preparing for Monday football at 1:30 p.m. today. They'll be live in Machakos, and they'll be hosting also the governor, Dr. Alfred Mutua, as well as talking about an array of other topics as well, more sports related. So don't wait for politics, but sports related in that show. So make sure you tune in. The hashtag to use at that time will be Monday football. A little bit later on, we'll have Monday special, Janet Bugwa and Hussein Mohammed. Keep it at Citizen TV Kenya to find out what topic we're discussing today and find out ways of which you can plug in. Thank you so much for your comments, your views, and your suggestions. On behalf of Muteki Njao and Kirigo Ngaro, my name is Willie Saburu, reminding you as always that successful people look like you and the great Manchester United. Have a wonderful day.